Hey everybody. Okay, so I was asked to do this video and I thought a lot about what I would tell you that you probably don't already know or that you haven't already experienced. So here it is. A day in the life of a quarantined teacher slash mom. This is what my daily life kind of looks like. It's not all sunshine and roses. In fact, most days I just sit at my computer almost all day so that I can field emails and grade papers, and in spite of all that, I'm not keeping up. So here we go. All right, a day in the life of me. We have laundry going on over here. My dog is babysitting me. This is what she does all day. We have my workstation with my paperwork. This is Canvas. This is when you log into Canvas. This is kind of what it looks like. This is the home screen. This is how I have mine. It has all the modules with all the assignments. But if a teacher doesn't have that, then you come over here to assignments and you click on that, and that'll take you to a new screen with all of the assignments on it. It listed usually in the order of what they are. Okay. So this shows all of my assignments that have happened in my class. Announcements right here is for everything that I put up that has to do with what's going on in my classroom. Okay, so they can talk about it and then they can comment on it, and I can see right here sometimes if they are having problems with it. So this is just my one class that I have. I'm only a part-time teacher. I have 30 students, and on a daily basis, this is my emails. These are all students right here. And this was just yesterday. Okay. All to about, let's see. All that was just yesterday. Okay, these are all the emails I get on a daily basis. Some of them are kind and awesome. Some of them are, I can't figure this out and it doesn't work. So if you can see, I have about 1 million screens open. Okay. All of these are to grade the assignment. This is so that I can see an assignment and work on it. I build the assignments, or I do whatever they ask me, whatever I ask them to do first, so that I know exactly how it works. Noah's at his workstation. We have not done the dishes today. That's an assignment that gets to be done. Cap and gown, because Gabe's graduation is soon. Announcements, so we can send those out. This is Tristan and his workstation. And the daily laundry grind is in between all of the other stuff and things. Okay, sometimes we have to make cookies so that we can have a pause break and deal with life. But this is pretty much our daily routine till about 3 p.m. every day. Sometimes we have to go to St. George, and the kids have to deal with going to my classroom and working from my classroom. So anyways, just so you know, when a kid's assignment gets graded in Canvas, I don't know how it works in the other platforms, I grade it and then I leave a comment. So a lot of times if your kid gets an assignment and they don't like the grade that they got, come back in here to Canvas on whatever assignment it is. This is my Road to Civil War assignment, but you click on whatever assignment it is that you got the grade you didn't like, and look and see if your teacher left a comment in Canvas. Also, they can also go back in and resubmit assignments to any, like almost all the teachers are leaving their stuff open. So you can click on an assignment and just resubmit it, and that will send a notification automatically to the teacher. Okay, so, but you also need to know a couple things about this right here. If you are seeing a couple days go by, the teacher probably hasn't graded it, okay? Or it hasn't updated. PowerSchool usually updates every day at midnight. So if it syncs with Canvas at midnight. And I think Schoology might work the same way. So if you don't see an immediate change in the grade, don't panic. Wait till the next day. Then if you don't see it, send an email. Okay, in PowerSchool, you're gonna see like a P grade for passing, that means basically that their score has fallen below a certain percentage rate that the district has decided on. So basically they have a C or below. If you see a P, if you see an N on anything, that means they have the equivalent of an F letter grade. So what that means for you is P is for passing. So that means you're going to get a passing credit, but that means that they are going to take your original percentage score and figure that into your GPA. That's what we were understood at the secondary level. I don't know how it works for elementary, but at the secondary level, it will affect your GPA. So you might want to work on that for your kids. Get them up to at least a C plus grade to get their GPA up, okay? The N, if there's an N by any of their assignments or in any of their classes, that means no credit. That's what that means. They have an F or below. So those are the things you're going to want to work on getting finished. Is anything with that letter N grade, that's for no passing, okay? So if they have an N in any class, that means they're not passing that and they won't get credit for that course. That is my understanding. A lot of people have been asking about that, so there you go. Now you know what I know. Hopefully that answers some of your questions. Okay, so I've thought long and hard about what I would tell you if I had the chance to talk to each parent individually. Here's what I'd tell you from the perspective of an educator who is also a mom. So my daily life looks like sit in front of the computer and field emails and grade papers and then do dishes and do laundry and clean some stuff and all of the things, okay? So I get it. I also have kids at home that I have had to be their teacher. And so I understand the frustration level, but here's the things I need you to know. Number one, every single teacher thinks that their subject is the best one. We all think that our subject is essential, okay? Whether it's PE, whether it's piano, whether it's band, we all think that we are an essential part of your child's education. That's what we believe. So when you say things like, you know, band teachers shouldn't even be handing out assignments right now. Why not? They're getting paid. That's their job. They're supposed to be doing that. That's what they're instructed to do. And that does make life hard for you. But when you could send your kid to school, you were fine about it. But now that you have to help them, you're less fine about it. See how that works? So have a lot of patience. We all think we're essential. Number two, do not say school is a joke. Especially don't say it when your kids can hear you. Because what does that teach them? School wasn't a joke when you were sending your kids to school. When we were essentially all-day childcare for you, you were fine about it. But now that it's on you, now that the responsibility is yours, now you think it's a joke. Now you're annoyed about it. I understand your frustration. Trust me, I have had Schoology crash on me. I have had to figure out how to run 3 new platforms virtually overnight. I understand your frustration more than I can even describe to you. But have some patience, because at the end of the day, this is harder. This is a lot harder, and it puts all of it on you. But don't buckle under the pressure. This is your kid's education. You thought it was so important until COVID-19. And now you're saying things like, I give up, this is a joke, I can't do this. You are smart. You're so intelligent. So are your kids. They know how to operate platforms. They know how to troubleshoot situations, and this is your moment to shine and say, this is hard, but let's not give up. Because what does that teach your kid if you do? If you throw in the towel, if you say this is a joke, if you give up, if you don't make them do their assignments because you don't want to deal with a fight, what are you teaching your kids? When things get hard, buck up. Meet the challenge. It's as simple as that. And I know what I'm asking is hard. I realize that, okay? Because I have had to learn how to play the piano and play chords on the piano and do math that I'm pretty sure God never intended anybody to do and will never use again in our lives, but I'm doing it because that's what I want my kids to learn, is that life is going to get hard. It's going to throw wild, hairy, scary curveballs at you. And you can either swing for the fences or you can duck for cover. But in the end of the game, you don't get on base if you duck and run. So suck it up, learn the platforms just like everybody else is having to, and help your kids succeed. And if there's a fight, then deal with it in any way you can. Like we've tried yoga, we've tried breathing techniques, we've tried all of these things, and I get what I'm asking is so hard. Okay, the last thing is email the teacher before you get to the frustration level of boiling over. I field about 30 emails a day from the hours of 8 a.m. till about 3 p.m. I am constantly walking around with my phone. I answer emails immediately. I get on the platforms. I try to help troubleshoot the situation. I know not every teacher is like that, so I get that your frustration is high. I get that a lot because I have had those teachers who have not replied to emails. But there's also a whole network of people out there. Text someone that you know as a teacher, or like a friend who's having to use this. I mean, like your kids all know people that are in the class. Who are your neighbors? Who are their friends that can help you? Set up a Zoom meeting or set up a Google Hangouts meet with someone else who's tried it and done it. There are so many resources. Don't forget to use those resources. At the end of the day, we're here to help, and I will help anybody that needs it. Like if you need to call me, or if you need to FaceTime me, or if you need to set up a Google Hangout and say, hey, what would you do with this? Totally willing to do that. So hopefully you guys understand that life gets crazy, life gets hard, really hard sometimes, but rise to the challenge because your kids, they're watching you. And when they get to be adults, life is not going to be kind to them. It's not. It's not going to treat them better than it ever treated you. What did you teach them? Did you teach them resilience? Did you teach them grit? Did you teach them to overcome, to not give up? This is your moment to teach them not to give up. To not give up on their education, to not give up on their teachers, to not give up on anything. To dig down and find their will. And hopefully this helps. Hopefully it's not like a rant and you don't hate it, but this is what I wish you would know.